It's a wonderful thing to see, isn't it, Dad?
It is, Pete. The way it lashes itself unmercifully on our grateful shores.
There's a feeling of eternity about it. When I look at the sea, I think things will go on forever. Whatever else happens, the sea roars on inexorably.
Drawn hither and thither by the whim of the moon, Pete.
The moon's whim draws the sea across the surface of the world, Dad. That's true. Similar to the noise you've just been making now.
And the gulls try their plaintive melody, trying to pierce the greyness of the clouds to reach that eternal sun, Pete.
Very true, Dad. Well, I've had enough of the sea, haven't you?
Yeah, it's inexorable, isn't it, Pete?
Why don't we see if we can find some man-made entertainment?
Yeah, all right, then.
Remember the towel?
Yeah. Got the thermos, have you?
Yeah.
Right, then. Yeah.
Isn't the snow lovely? Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely wonderful, Pete.
It's a wonderful thing, this British Railways off-peak holiday roustabout.
I can feel that England really belongs to you, there, Pete.
You can roust about the whole of the lovely British coastline for 8 and a penny.
Yeah.
I mean, why spend precious pounds abroad when Felixstowe beckons in February?
Exactly, Pete.
Felixstowe's at its peak in February.
That is off, Pete.
Good evening and welcome to the 3 millionth edition of Not Only But Also. Hello, Pierre. Hello, Robert. Oh, you're very well indeed. Well, as you can tell, viewers, Dad and Peter are on holiday this week, so they're taking over for the moment. Well, now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just vanish. I think...
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're talking this evening to Sir Arthur Greaves-Streebling.
Streeb-Greebling.
No, I'm terribly sorry. I thought it was Greaves-Streebling.
Streeb-Greebling, or thinking of Greaves-Streebling. The T is silent as in fox. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That's right. Good evening. Yes,
Good evening.
Good evening. We'd like to ask Sir Arthur, actually, about his rather unique restaurant, the Frog and Peach.
Good evening.
Good evening. If you would tell us something about it, Sir Arthur.
Yes, well, the idea for Frog and Peach came to me in the bath. A great number of things come to me in the bath, mainly sort of mosquitoes and adders, but in this case, a rather stupendous idea. I suddenly thought, as I was scrubbing my back with a loofah, I thought, where can a young couple who are having an evening out, not too much money, and they want to have a decent meal, you know, a decent frog and a nice bit of peach, where can they go and get it? And answer came then, none. And so I had this idea of starting a restaurant specializing in these frogs' legs and peaches. And on this premise, I built this restaurant.
In these premises, in
These precise premises, yes, these very ones. Good evening.
Good evening. How long ago did you start this venture? Was it recently?
Certainly, it was certainly within living memory. It, shortly after the First World War.
Ghastly business, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely ghastly business. And I started it shortly after that, and ever since then it's sort of been here, you know, hereabouts in any case.
Yes. And how has business been?
Well, business hasn't been, in the strict sense of the word. Rather, let me answer that question in two parts. There hasn't been any business, and nobody's been. It's been a quiet time these last 15 to 18 years. Been quiet time for us, really, in the business.
But don't you feel that, in a way, you're at some disadvantage being stuck out in the middle of Dartmoor here?
I think the word disadvantage is awfully well chosen there, yes. This is what we're at. We're at a disadvantage. You see, when I had the idea, I weighed up the pros and cons, and I came to the conclusion, rightly or wrongly, or possibly both.
Or neither.
Or neither or neither, as they say in some part of the country.
Or quantro.
Indeed. I thought that the pros outweighed the cons by about 2.5 ounces, and I thought the people in Britain were crying out for a restaurant where there wasn't any parking problem. In fact, I heard somebody in the street crying out for a restaurant without a parking problem. A Norwegian sailor, I believe, on leave. He was saying, "Oh, for a restaurant without a parking problem." And this sort of inspired me to start this one. There's no parking problem here, situated as we are in the middle of a bog, in the heart of Dartmoor.
Yes.
No difficulty parking, some difficulty extricating your car, but otherwise well situated.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. Don't you feel, again, you're at a disadvantage because of your menu? I mean,
The menu, oh dear, yes, that is, this has been a terrible hindrance to us, building up a business. The menu is the most, have you seen it?
Well, I have.
It's the most appalling thing. It's, there's so little to choose from. You start with, what's that?
Spawn cocktail.
Spawn cocktail, one of the most revolting dishes known to man. There's only 2 other dishes, really. There's frog à la pêche, which is frog done in Cointreau and with a peach stuffed in its mouth. And then, of course, there's pêche à la frog, which is really not much to write home about. It's a sort of the waiter comes to your table, he's got this huge peach on it, which is covered in boiling liqueur, you see, and then he slices it open to reveal about 2,000 little black tadpoles. It's one of the most disgusting sights I've ever seen. Oh, it turns me over to think of it. Poor little
Rather nauseous.
Squiggle, they go. Oh.
Who does the cooking?
My wife does the cooking, and luckily she does the eating as well. An amazing creature. Of course, she's not a well woman.
No.
Not a well woman at all, and so she very much resents having to go down the well every morning to sprinkle swoop on the toads. An amazing creature, my wife. An amazing creature.
Yes.
I met her during the war, actually.
You did?
Yes, she blew in through the drawing room window with a bit of shrapnel, became embedded in the sofa, and, you know, one thing led to her mother, and we were married in the hour. Yes.
I suppose, actually...
Would you like some pond water?
No, I won't.
2 shillings.
No.
It's revolting stuff. I wouldn't touch it.
No.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What are you about to ask me about?
I'm about to ask you, I suppose this sort of menu
Yes.
could, in fact, appeal to the French.
It could appeal to the French, and I've tried appealing to the French over Radio Street Giebling, which, as you know, is situated in the moat, not a stone's throw from here. But the response has been, it's not been excessive. It's nil, I think, would be the word.
Well, it all sounds rather disastrous to me.
Disaster. Catastrophic, I think, would be a better word, really, for it.
Do you have any other plans for other business ventures?
Yes and no. I thought of starting a sort of sophisticated restaurant with kind of sophisticated music somewhere up in Peebleshire. Somewhere where a young couple who are out for the evening, you see, who've got about 85 guineas to spend, can get a really decent meal.
What are you going to call it?
The Vole and Pea.
Well, what sort of food?
Well, I was thinking largely simple English roast vole, you know, and a decent British pea. Put the two together, and I think you're on pretty good ground.
Yes, indeed. Do you feel you've learned by your mistakes, sir?
I think I have, yes, and I think I could probably repeat them almost, almost perfectly. I know my mistakes inside out.
I'm sure you will repeat them. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very
and
much.
Good night.
Would you like one for the toad?
No, thank you.
Appalling, aren't they?
Hello, Dominic, how are you? Hello, Pierre, how are you? Not too bad. Seen much of Lady Veronica? Practically all of her. Really? Oh, is it? Oh, nude as ever. Haven't been down to Starkers recently? Yes, she invited me there last weekend. What a lovely country seat. Oh, yes. Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't Isn't she a sweetheart? Isn't she a pearl? You really must admit that she's a lovely, lovely girl. Such a lovely girl, isn't she? A beautiful girl. Isn't she a sweetheart? Isn't she a dear? Did you see her dance last night, start naked on the pier? No, I missed that. I was watching Jukebox Jury. Oh, isn't she a sweetheart? Isn't she a rave? I love the way she'll flirt all night and never misbehave. She never goes beyond the bounds of decency. Wonderful thing about her, yes. Isn't she a sweetheart? Isn't she a love? Don't you love the way she takes a bath in a raspberry jam? I love that, and it keeps the jam makers happy. I love the way she oils her stays and swims across the channel. And when her eyes begin to glaze, she wipes them with a flannel. Very sensible thing. Very sensible. Oh, I love the way that sailor boys tuck her knees and chins. If they get fresh and make a noise, she'll poke them with a pin. She's got one in her left-hand lapel, hasn't she? Very sensible. I love the way that old men shout and throw things at her nose. I love the way she's got the gold, and everybody knows. She's so uninhibited about it. But she's so uninhabited as well. Oh. Love the way she bites her nails, the way she trains her flea, the way she loves to race with snails and never hold you see. They can't take that away from me. They can, you know. They passed a law last week. Oh, really? How ghastly. Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she a pet? Oh, and didn't they know that in the past she was a suffragette? Oh, yes, she threw herself nude into Gladstone's Bay. That's right. Yes. Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she a duck? The way she sunbathes nude in March, it takes a lot of flat. How much flat does it take? About an hour and a half. Where did she get it? Fortnum. Oh, isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she a pearl? You really must admit she's a lovely, lovely girl. Oh, darling dear Veronica, oh, lovely Lady V, I love your sweetly Monica, you're all the world to me. Oh, it's a shame,
For reasons of taste, certain products such as liquor and surgical appliances are not allowed to be advertised on commercial television. So we thought it only fair that they should have an airing here.
A year ago, Mrs. Prendergast won £5 in the Outsized Bloomer Challenge. Today, she's going to try and win another £5. Are you confident, Mrs. Prendergast?
Oh, yes, I'm very confident, yes.
You really think you can tell the difference between outsized bloomers and butter?
Oh, yes, it's a cinch. I've done it last year. Don't see why not this year.
Well, we'll see if Mrs. Prendergast is right in just a moment.
Yes, I'll do it now, sir.
Well, Mrs. Prendergast, did you win the £5?
No, even I'm afraid I didn't know. As soon as I got those outsized bloomers in my mouth, I couldn't tell the difference. I thought they were butter.
And they straight from the fridge?
Yes, wonderful, lovely.
Will you be buying outsized bloomers from now on?
I should say so. They're so much dearer, and I'll be wearing butter.
Well, Mrs. Prendergast couldn't tell outsized bloomers from butter. Can you? And remember, outsized bloomers contain 10% butter.
Good evening, viewing millions. Are you worried about the population explosion? I am. Science has proved that 99% of all pregnancies are caused by hubby entering the bedroom. Now, this disaster can be averted with an amazing new wonder pill, the Tollgate Pill of Confidence. Just place the pill in the doorway and your husband will never get past it. The Tollgate Pill of Confidence.
Hello, Roger. You should be in bed, little man.
Mummy told me to come and say good night.
Good night, Roger.
Good night, Daddy. Daddy, why's your tummy so flat? Because in the morning, it's so big and flabby.
That's because of the fairy, Roger.
What fairy?
The fairy in my trousers. My green fairy girdle.
Can I have a fairy in my trousers?
If you're a good boy, Roger, you can have one when you grow up.
All tongues that are flabby can be flat as your heart. With my green fairy girdle.
and I'll be wearing butter.
Well, Mrs. Prendergast couldn't tell outsized bloomers from butter. Can you? And remember, outsized bloomers contain 10% butter.
If you can afford by overflow. All right off. Wrap them round and they'll fall to bits. Give them the treatment, the family treatment. They were built to last for years and 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 years. There goes back if you can afford by overflow.
Queenie, send in Mr. Grabby, would you please? Thank you.
Hello. Hello, then, old sport.
Good morning, Mr. Grabby.
Yes, indeed, wonderful to make your acquaintance.
So nice to meet you.
Yes.
Now, I believe you're interested in writing situation comedy for us.
I certainly am. I've got a few ideas up here you're going to go down on your knees for, mate.
Well, we're always eager for new ideas, new talents, so tell me about them. I'll be very pleased to listen.
I'm sure you'll be pleased to listen. I've seen some of your comedy programmes. Boy, they're garbage. Garbage. What you need is modern, suave, sophisticated 1966 humour.
Yes, we're on the lookout for it, sir.
No, it's old stuff, boy. Let me set the scene. Right. First of all, the old woman's gone down to make a cup of tea in the kitchen. Hubby, up in bed, thinks, well, I'll go and join the old lady. So he gets out of bed, puts his dressing gown on. He comes to the landing on the stairs. Aye. What's that on the landing?
What is it?
A banana skin. Top step. He puts his foot on it. Hits his head on the floor. There's a showstopper in 1 minute.
It's a sort of comedy of surprise, is it?
That's it. And then he goes into the kitchen. His wife says, excuse me, darling. He says, what do you want for breakfast? So he says, well, I think I'll have an omelette. So she says, all right then, give me an omelette. 1 egg or 2, dear? She says, well, 2, all right then? She said, no, make it 3, might as well make it 3. 4, yeah, well, you know, it's a hard day, egg might as well make it 4. Finish up the packet, make it 6, you know. So she puts the last one in and...
all 6 eggs in.
All 6 eggs in, and then, you know, oh, blow out, I can hardly start laughing and think about it. She whisks it around in the old little bowl like that, and then she says, here, darling, sorry it's a bit teacher could be an egghead.
It's a sort of comedy of incongruity.
He goes out and the way he starts dressing himself, and he finds an hole in his sock, so he goes in the kitchen and he sees a pot full of cold porridge on the hob.
Old porridge.
Old porridge, so he pours the porridge in his sock, and he goes out and bangs his old woman over the head with it, and then he spreads it all over.
There's almost an element of cruelty in the humour.
Oh, cruelty, that comes into it, all right. So she says, I don't feel so well after that. I think I've got a fever, better take my temperature. Have you got a thermometer, darling? So he says, no, I've got a thermometer,
A play on words, is it?
Play on words, tomatoes, and he said, what have you got for tea? He said, well, we got a strawberry flan. He said, I don't like the look of that. So he said, well, you have a look at it then.
Using this sort of comedy technique of the grotesque in the normal setting.
Right, might as well have all the garbage over here, so he no, he goes to the pillow. He said, you're looking rather ill. So he said, you need a clean up, I better get all that off. There you are then. That's it.
I think it's very interesting. Do you think you could let me have... something on paper? Well, in a few weeks' time.
You're something there.
We are on the lookout for sort of modern comedy, and if you might come back in a few weeks with something which has actually been, written out,
Yeah.
I think we might be able to do something with it.
Well, I hope so.
Could you do that?
Certainly will.
Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
And, if you could, this is your pie, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Well, do you want it? Do you want to take
No,
it away with
you
you?
do what you like.
Then I can do what I like
You
with
do
it.
what you like with it.
Right, and you'll
Yes.
come back in a few weeks'
I'll
time
come back in a few.
with the thing on paper.
With the thing on paper, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr.
Right,
Crabby.
then.
Thank you
Lovely
very much.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I wonder if it's funny.
Say goodbye, goodbye. Now's the time to yield a sigh. Now's the time to run away. Until we meet again, some sunny day. Goodbye, goodbye. We'll be with you. Goodbye.
Thank you.